until the opening of the new academic term, and the police are reminding students about violence in and outside of the school's compound. ASP Leet Jones, who was speaking at the police media briefing on August 19th, tells students to temper their behavior.
We know following this lengthy July-August period of holidays, things may have featured online, things may have featured within your groups, and persons are intended on returning to school to vent. I want to caution children against that type of behavior. There are avenues through which you can report abuses or bullying towards you or anything of that nature, even if it be cyberbullying.
He warns students that if they are going to get involved in fights continuously, there is law to deal with that type of behavior.
In addition to that, if you continue along the path of engaging in fights, we have an offense for fighting. I would even go so far to say that if that fight, based on how it is constituted amongst a group of persons behaving in a particular manner to set about in seriously harming someone, you can find yourself being investigated for offenses of a more serious nature. It may even fall within the realms of gang activity. It may fall within the realms of maybe even attempted murder. And in the worst case scenario, it can even become a murder if someone dies as a result of those fights, because you see very frequently in those instances, persons are usually kicked in their heads and so on. And I want to discourage that type of behavior. Access the various platforms within the school setting, within your religious setting, within your community, even at the police youth clubs. There are persons who are willing and available to help in treating with those issues and bringing some resolve to it.
According to the 2022 National School Discipline Matrix report, generated by a multidisciplinary technical team convened by the Ministry of Education between April 19th and July 1st, a total of 1,970 students were disciplined for 29 different offenses. The offenses include serious breaches such as gambling, possession of drugs and alcohol, vandalism, robbery, extortion, cyberbullying, intimidation, bullying, as well as disruptive conduct and inappropriate behavior. Nadaline Singh for Channel 5 News.
The counter-trafficking unit of the police service has outlined its work with the tourism sector about human trafficking. In a video post on Facebook, the unit believes that tourism stakeholders are the first responders to cases of human trafficking. More in this report.
On August 18th, the counter-trafficking unit announced that it charged 3 persons for human trafficking. On a video post, the unit states that it conducted training with tourism stakeholders in Tobago concerning human trafficking.
We really believe that our tourism workers can be the first responders in situations of human trafficking. Human trafficking is indeed a scourge. It creeps, it crawls. And what we did together was develop a plan of action to stamp it out. We have pledged our support as we have been requested to return to Tobago periodically so that we would be able to educate from pillar to post and the length and breadth of Tobago on what are the possible signs of human trafficking in our beautiful sister island.
The unit disclosed some details about its training session held with tourism stakeholders.
And of course, that very interesting engagement of our tourism partners in Tobago. We were able to engage 50 persons in the industry for us to educate them on what were the indicators in treating with situations like these.
According to his Facebook page last month, the counter-trafficking unit took its fight against human trafficking to Tobago through a series of coordinated activities spanning prevention, prosecution, and partnerships. From Operation Iceberg and the arrest of suspected offenders to youth sensitization, tourism and hospitality stakeholder engagement, public awareness initiatives, and media outreach. The Tobago deployment, according to the Facebook post, demonstrated the fronts on which human trafficking must be confronted. Nadaline Singh for Channel 5 News.
Trinidad and Tobago won 6 awards and 9 special mentions at the Caribbean Media Awards held on August the 19th at the Atlantic Suites by Hyatt in Georgetown, Guyana. Newsday, which ceased operation at the beginning of 2026, was among the awardees at the 37th Caribbean Broadcasting Union's CBU event. The Express newspaper and CCN TV6 won 2 awards and a special mention. TTT Limited, state-owned and operated media house, won 2 awards and 2 special mentions. Guardian Media won 1 award and 2 special mentions. Carnival Catwalk won an award, so too the Parliament Channel with a special award for Best Television Documentary. Evidence and Action, Climate Change and the Law in Trinidad and Tobago. It was written, produced and shot and edited by the staff of the Corporate Communications Department of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. The documentary outlines how Trinidad and Tobago is shaping its response to climate change through legislation. The awards recognizes excellence in journalism, broadcasting, digital media, content creation and storytelling across the Caribbean. More news after the break.
Credit Union.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dreams on a team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed. Run Credit Union, you can believe that you can achieve it. Today you can live that dream. Pull up to the job and surround your week with Run Credit Union. Yes, you can, yes, you can.
Come in and live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Welcome to the speed round of getting money right. Let's begin. Name some of the red flags associated with an investment scam.
Pressure tactics to invest.
Correct.
Promise of money if you bring friends.
Correct.
Request for personal information.
Correct. Bonus question. What is the penalty for operating a pyramid or Ponzi scheme?
$10 million and 10 years in prison.
Correct. Well done. The scores are even, so we go to our tiebreaker question. You receive money in your account from an investment company, and they tell you to transfer it to a third account. Does that sound right?
I think about it, and that not right.
Congratulations, you tinker. Getting Money Right is brought to you by the TTSEC. Visit investigateTT.com to access free learning resources and check the TTSEC for a list of registered individuals and securities. The Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. You invest, we protect, everyone benefits.
Hey, it's you. Come in. Long time I see you. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yes. Total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it was your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. All right. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome back. TNT Unified Teachers Association Tobago officer Dion Rodriguez addressed the issue of how artificial intelligence can be used in the school-based assessment to cheat.
That is one of the papers, and the concern that was shared by CXC and still is being shared by CXC is that students use AI to generate these SBAs, and that's why they are moving away from the SBA component in some of the subjects, and they are going to what is referred to as the alternate paper or the paper 3. So the intention is to move away, because if you are using AI, then it's difficult. Although they would have sent a form this year for students and teachers to sign if they would have used AI, I think the concern would always be the authenticity.
In late July, CEO of the Caribbean Examination Council, Wayne Wesley, stated that school-based assessment, or SBA, will be phased out and the paper 3 will be done instead. Under examination conditions, CAPE candidates for 2027 will be the first, then CXC, then CSEX candidates 1 year after. CX explains that the SBA must reflect the student's own knowledge, skills, and ability. The TNT Unified Teachers Association Tobago officer Dion Rodriguez says he has more questions than answers concerning when teachers will be paid their arrears. He says since April 2025 an agreement was signed, but teachers have not received their money.
It was already agreed upon. When are we going to get the money is the critical question, and that is the question that I want you to answer, Mr. Cox, as you interact with the individual.
The Tobago officer notes that it is a frustrating process to find out about the arrears to teachers.
Get this money. You see, it's one thing to say you are working on it, but the next thing to say exactly when I'm going to be paid. When someone owes you, Mr. Cox, it is only fair, it is only just, it is only right that they tell you, Mr. Cox, I have $1,000 for you. You're going to get the money at the end of September. You're going to get the money in November. And no one is answering that question.
Rodriguez made his comments during an interview on Rise and Shine earlier today. The bargaining period that the arrears apply to is between 2020 and 2023. Police are seeing a trend of domestic violence among the migrant community. ASP Leith Jones made his disclosure during the August 18th police media briefing.
Our migrant community, where we are seeing reports of domestic violence emerging as well, and some of those reports come in a violent nature. They are usually accompanied with threats to kill. We know there are certain behavioral characteristics which may accompany people from certain demographics.
ASP Jones outlined one case where police had to intervene in domestic violence concerning a migrant.
2 days ago, there was a case where an NGO who supports the Venezuelan community or the Latin American community reached out to us for assistance. I was able to reach out to one of our officers who is very fluent in Spanish, and that report was taken at a mutually safe location. There was no need for the victims. It was 2 reports actually. There was no need for the victims to come to the police station. In one case, they had an unfortunate experience, and there's, of course, the language barrier. So in those instances, we tap into our officers who have the ability to speak Spanish, and those reports were recorded, and that is the avenue that we are taking, or the extent we are going to ensure our victims receive the justice that they deserve and the protection that should accompany that.
The Special Victims Department SVD of Trinidad and Tobago Police Service TTPS recorded 14,296 domestic violence reports involving intimate partners across its 9 police divisions over the recent 5-year tracking period. Lone Tobagonian 14-year-old Form 2 student Zaire Macmillan of Bishop's High School is on the national team that beat French Guyana 4-1 in the final game of the Caribbean Football Union Under-14 Boys Challenge Series on August 19th. However, the victory was not enough to secure a place in the second round. The national team was in the 4-team grouping consisting of Puerto Rico. They drew 1-1. Haiti, who beat them 4-1 for 4 points, and second place with 1 loss. 1 draw and 1 victory. Coach at Ball Blasters Youth Academy and Signal Hill Secondary, Donnie Marcel, says Macmillan is gifted athlete and a natural talent and has been playing with Ball Blasters Youth Academy from the age of 5 and has been training in Trinidad with the national under-14 team for 1 month. Marcel weighed in on the traveling arrangements issue under the Secondary School Football League that almost resulted in Tobago teams playing in their own group.
The schools in Trinidad did not make the necessary arrangements to organize flights and accommodation. Mind you, the schools in Trinidad may have to travel to Tobago once in a season, while the Tobago teams, we have to travel 8 times because it's like 16 teams, and you may play 7 and 4. So the issue is not Tobago problem. The issue was the schools in Trinidad being able to fund the travels to Tobago, whether accommodation, meals, and transport. So the issue was not a Tobago issue, it was a Trinidad issue. Because the Tobago team travel more than the Trinidad team. We travel 8 times, while the Trinidad team travel once.
Head coach for national team Randolph Boyce says the tournament was more than the team advancing. Boyce says one of the biggest areas of focus was helping the players understand their own performance and make better decisions on the field. Quote, "We kept motivating them and encouraging them about the positive things that they have been doing," end quote, Boyce said. Stay with us. More news when we return. Welcome back. 50,000 in cash has been reportedly stolen from Nelson Bookstore on Milford Road in Scarborough. According to the police, the manager secured the premises at around 5:15 p.m. on a Friday, August 14th, locking all doors and windows. On August 15th, the following morning at approximately 8:50 a.m., she was alerted by the supervisor who discovered the bookstore ransacked and 50,000 in cash missing. Subsequent checks on the property revealed that a back door on the northern side of the building was forced open and used to gain access. PC Forbes and PC Fraser officers from the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, visited the location to protest the scene. Investigations are ongoing. The Water and Sewage Authority, WASA, in collaboration with the Inter-American Bank, IDB, hosted its first public consultation on the proposed new Hillsborough Water Treatment Plant project at the John Dial Multipurpose Center on August 19th. The project is intended to be funded through the IDB loan and represents an important step towards strengthening water infrastructure in Tobago. It will place the existing Hillsborough Water Treatment Facility and increase output by 33%, making service more reliable for about 9,000 new and existing customers. In a release, WASA has also indicated that due to the reduced flows from the Hillsborough Dam and Green Hill Reservoir, the Water and Sewage Authority's WASA has announced temporary change in the water supply schedule for Mount St. George community and environs. WASA lists Mount St. George, Studley Park, and Big Hole in Goodwood as the areas to be affected. The dates and times are as follows: 8 a.m. Sunday, August 23rd to 8 a.m. Wednesday, August 26th, and 8 a.m. Sunday, August 30th at 8 a.m. to Monday, August 31st. The utility apologizes for the inconvenience and states that further updates would follow on social media. For truck-borne delivery water, contact WASA by phone or make an online request. The Mason Hall Police Youth Club Football League is well on the way to the finish line with the third day of the match completed on August 19th. Patience Hill took on Bonaccord and scored 3 unanswered goals. Rickeld Williams put one in the 22nd minute. Brian Martin scored in the 42nd minute of the game to close out the first half at 2-0. Williams scored again in the 66th minute. Bonaccord pushed hard but couldn't score against the excellent goalkeeper of Sanj Rivers and the boys from the Hill. Patience Hill and Canaan are now joint leaders at the top of the Group B. Canaan having defeated Bethel 4-1 in their opening match. Games in the 7-team tournament continue through next week, with them vying for the $12,000 first prize. The finals are carded for Dwight York Stadium in Bacolet on August 30th. The weather when we return. Welcome back. Tonight, fair to partly cloudy with isolated showers in some areas. There is a low chance that 1 or 2 of these showers will become heavy, mainly after midnight. Tomorrow, fair, slightly hazy and at times breezy, with the cloudy intervals producing the occasional light to moderate shower in some areas. Seas moderate, occasionally rough. Winds northeast to east-southeast 5 to 35 kilometers per hour, and waves in open waters 1.5 to 2 meters. In sheltered areas below 1 meter. Sunrise at 5:52 a.m. and sunset at 6:19 p.m. Tomorrow's temperature should reach a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius and fall to 24 degrees Celsius. Let's recap our headlines. Goldsboro farmers complain about unusually high temperatures. Tutor embraces replacement of school-based assessment or SBA. And WASA starts public consultation on a new Hillsborough water treatment facility. That does it for us tonight at the Channel 5 News Desk. I am Zoba Samuel saying have a good night and stay safe.